so close. Let's have a look. Alright, haven't looked at the rear brakes on this thing yet. I know there's drums missing. The shoes really look okay. The rest look like they're complete. Yeah, the other side, I just went and grabbed this diff from down the back. It's got drums and everything, right? Get up this side. Oh yeah, okay, so they're complete. We're just missing drums. So, I was half inclined just undo the U-bolts and bolt this whole full diff in, but I don't know what ratio it is or where it come from. So I might just use the one that's in it and put some new brakes on him. We'll have a crack. Okay, so we've had a win. Just pulled them drums off and they're really good. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together, we can use them. Awesome. So just disassembling the brakes on the old girl. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's like 2 strands of cable holding that self-adjuster cable in. Maybe 3. Anyway, we'll get them to bits. Okay, stripped out all the rear brakes, fitted new wheel cylinders, new flexible line, blew our lines out, twisted the bloody, twisted the ends off one set of rusty pipes. So I had to go and find another one. Yeah, as you can see, they were rusted in the fittings. But we got them out. I said, new wheel cylinders fitted. So we should have stoppers on this now. I'm gonna go and have a feed, come back, throw it all together, bleed it up, and I might even take it for a drive. So anyway, I'll keep into it. Okay, just put some rear brakes together on this thing. This side never had a drum on it when I got the car. And I thought, oh, it was just missing, you know. So anyway, put on your shoes, wheel cylinders, etc, etc, etc. Put the drum on. And that's what happened. The backing plate's bent. Like bent to the shit house bent. Anyway, so we'll take it all back off again and start again. Okay, so pop the axle. We went and retrieved the backing plate off the other spare diff over there. When you look at that one, look, you put that in there and it sits pretty solid in the drum. Well, that's our replacement one. Put this one in there and it rocks. Oh, there you are, there's the bend at the top, look. So yeah, she's bent through there. You can't really see it, but definitely bent. Looks like a bit of a banana when you look at it like that. But before I pulled it off, I measured from there to the back face of the axle on both sides, and this was 10 mil further away. So definitely bent. So we'll chuck him away. We'll put the axle back in and start from scratch. Beautiful. It's funny how much better everything goes together when you don't have a bent backing plate. So we're all good now. Everything's all together, all the rears are on. Just got to bleed him up and adjust the handbrake and we're rocking and rolling. Just gravity bleeding the fronts. Yeah, it's going down. So that's just take the bleeder out until you get a little bit of fluid so it fills the caliper and line and everything up. Just doing the same on the other side now, so it's dropping down. Just undone a bleeder in the rear. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of action out of that as well. So, and then we can bleed them up so we can get some brakes working. Maybe take it for a spin. Beautiful. Okay, some new shocks on the rear. AC Delco gas. Always prime your shocks before you put them on, especially if they're old stock. Stand them upright and cycle them through their up and down motion, I don't know, half a dozen times I suppose, or a bit more, until the shock feels solid. You generally get a little bit of slop in the first couple of hits. The oils from laying down in shelves and boxes and stuff is not where it's supposed to be, so always prime your shocks before you put them in. So, as I said, she's got AC Delco gas in the rear now. I found an old average mud flap for that side. This one had one on it, there wasn't one on that side, so I found one for that side, screwed it on. And I'm thinking the wheels can go on. and nearly stay on. So anyway, we'll bolt the rears on. I must say, I'm loving the wheels. Yeah, with the hubcaps and dress rooms on them wide ones on the back, they look really good. I may be a little bit biased, but yes, I like them when it's sitting back down with the weight on it. That's going to sit real good and look real nice, I reckon. Anyway, we'll keep on to it. Yeah, they're cool. Awesome. Hey, you started to throw some panels on the big girl. And we're getting there. I've got to come back and have another stuff around with this door. It's been a pain in my bum. I walked away from it the other day. Got to get it back a little bit further. It's not sitting right. I pulled that bottom hinge off before and elongated them holes so I could get it a little bit further back. You can see from the marks on the nuts. Yeah, it's probably going to have to do for now, I think. I don't know. Might have another play before the guard goes on. So I might get him back a little bit further. I don't know what's going on. So that had a different door on it when I got it. So maybe it's had a hit in the door. Don't know. Might have moved the pillar a little bit or something. I don't know. Or I'm just missing something. I've never been great at lining doors up. But anyway, we'll keep on to it. Alright, so the only right-hand grill bracket I can find is bent to the shit house. I found another couple, but they're rough or rusty or whatever. So we'll just have to straighten this fella out and make him look like the other one. Always fun. Alright, it's close enough to being usable, I reckon. And that was just that little block of steel and a little hammer. Tapped him straight. We'll do the job. Go and screw him on the car. Running. Doesn't sound too bad now. A little bit of play with the mixtures and got it warmed up because it's got a radiator in it now. Yeah, doesn't sound too bad. Been going for a little while. The temp gauge is just up on the quarter. You probably can't see it. Anyway. Yeah, hasn't looked like heating up yet. So. And she's starting to smell like it's warmed up, so beautiful. Alright, front end's starting to look like a car again. Getting some headlights and panels and stuff on it. Got that door aligned a bit better. So, just testing the lights. They're working on the flash, but not working off the switch, so I assume the switch is a bit dicky somewhere. You're going to have to start tracking that down. Yeah, we're running out of time, but we'll get there. Alright, been having a bit of a go. She's got a front end on her now. Sitting there warming up. It's topped up the trans with fluid, etc, etc. And might take her for a spin. Sounds like a plan, I reckon. We'll take it for a drive and see what happens, see if our brakes and stuff are going to work. Alright, you filming? Alright, we're up for our first drive. Dragon, feel it? Something there. Joe. It might look a bit rough, but everything's pretty right. Yeah, gurgling away. Do the rusty here tomorrow. So Drew bought me out a piece. Got folded up to go in there tomorrow, so I'll get stuck into that tomorrow. That's her. Wind the front end up a little bit more now she's had a run. And see if we can get rid of the rest of that green paint. Okay, today's plan of attack. We've got a bit of cancer in here. All the way along. Holes. More holes. More shit. More holes. So today I'm going to take that full piece off there. We'll rebuild the corners and stuff on either side. My young bloke was kind enough to get that folded up for me and dropped it off yesterday. So that's our replacement section across the rear. Like so. Yeah, that goes in there like that. And then we'll rebuild the corners. So get onto it. Alright, and just opening stuff up and look what you find, you know. For some reason, this chute's had the inner lip cut off here. Like there should be another about 20 mil on there. And I just measured it and it's just over pallet width. I wonder if that's why they did it. They've sliced it down here so they can put a forklift pallet in it or something. Don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to repair it. I'm not going to put the piece back on there. I'm just going to clamp them two panels together and run a weld right down them. And they should be fine, I reckon. Because they've done the same on both sides. They've cut them open. They were knocked around a fair bit. I just dollied them up straight. And we'll clean them up and just run a weld down the end of them and then get stuck into this bottom bit here. Okay, just unpicked all the spot welds along the top of that panel. There's quite a few. But he's up now. So work out where I'm going to cut him off down the bottom. We'll keep on to it. Alright, opened him up. Back edge of our tray looks okay. As usual, when you open up one of these cars, you find lots of red dirt. As per usual. Anyway, we'll keep into it. Alright, just cleaning off a bit more. Set our repair section in place, then I can scribe a line along the bottom. And cut him off and slot him in. Beautiful. Alright, so first things first. I've fully welded down that edge on either side. I had to take this tail light housing out and push this out a bit. It must have been whacked at some stage and it was sort of kicked down that angle. So I pushed that out a bit and lined it up there level before we welded it. Now we've got to clean up these bottom corners and make some sections for them. And then that pipe can go straight on over the top. Beautiful. We'll keep onto it. Oh, and the brace along the top too. Before I did too much, I went and done some measuring and made sure our tailgate opening was nice and square and the same as every other ute around here. So, and then we just tacked a bit of RHS across there, just to stop it from moving once I start welding corners and stuff like that. I didn't want the quarters pulling in and have a tailgate not fit and that sort of thing. So, better off keeping him nice and square. All right, so we've cleaned up all the old crap, got rid of it all. Tack welded that section in and started making these little corners. I've put a little reinforcing wing out onto the tail light housing because there was a little bit of rust down the bottom there. And so I just made them little pieces up like that. They're not going to interfere with anything. They'll do the job. Now I'll trim them down and make the little corners here and then fully weld our strip in and she's good to go, I reckon. Beautiful. Alright, we're getting close now. We're just doing the little radius corners. So I'll put a little bit of round bar in there. Hold that little fella on top like that. That's our corner done. Right. We'll get to welding him up, I reckon. Righto, we'll have a crack. Righto, so we've got our welding done. She's welded in all the way along, top and bottom. And we'll start cleaning up. And we should be done. Okay, cleaned up. Reckon it'll do the job. That's thicker than the original stuff, so yeah, that's thicker than the original, so should be a bit stronger when we just dropped on it. Looking good. Alright, got a bit of primer on it, doesn't look too bad. All cleaned up. We'll do the job. And of course now it's raining, it's like, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock on the Monday afternoon. I got rego in the morning, now it's raining. Just what I needed. I wanted to get this hammer tone tonight, but it's not happening. So, anyway, we'll keep on to it. Okay, we've got all the rear lights at the back. We've got a tailgate on. It's just about ready for rego. We just chucked the panels on the inside. We had to do an emergency wash plug fix. The wash plug in the front of the bloody engine was done. I checked all the big ones, didn't check the little one. There you are, rear section's all done. We've got a tailgate on. We're looking good. Rego tomorrow, see how we go. Anyway, that's it. Rego tomorrow. Alright, it's Monday night, goes in for rego 8 o'clock in the morning. I've just come up home for dinner. I'm going back down the shed now to finish a few small jobs and maybe load it on the trailer. Maybe I'll do that in the morning. I've got a 60k run to take it in for a Roadworthy, and I'm not going to do that on new tyres without a little on it, so it'll be trailed in. Fingers crossed it'll pass. As usual, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share it around. Have a good one. Cheers.